Let's go now. A manhunt underway here in New York City after two more police officers are shot in the line of duty. And tensions between the mayor and the NYPD continue to escalate today. Good morning, everybody. That's where we start. I'm Bill Hemmer. Welcome here to America's Newsroom. Morning.
Busy morning indeed. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, everybody. I'm Martha McCallum. So you've got the NYPD now searching for two suspects at this hour. One of them you can see on this surveillance video that we just got in. The video shows him robbing a grocery store and then opening fire on two police officers.
All this as the divide between the mayor and the police force widens. Bill de Blasio now criticizing the police for turning their backs in protests while the mayor spoke at funerals for the two police officers ambushed and shot to death nearly 3 weeks ago.
At a time when I think the people of the city felt tremendous respect for the NYPD, some individual officers showed disrespect to the families and to the people of the city.
That's what he had to say. David Lee Miller live in New York City with the latest this morning. So, David, first of all, how are these two officers doing at this point?
First and foremost, the officers are described, Martha, in stable condition at a local hospital. They are described as doing well and will recover. Meanwhile, now at this hour, we have some live pictures from the scene where the shooting took place about 10:45 last night. As for both those officers, Andrew Dossi and Alero Pellerano, they had just finished their shift at the 46th precinct in the Bronx when they got a call of an armed robbery at a deli. They were working as part of a 5-member plainclothes anti-crime unit when they got that call, and then they caught up with the two possible suspects, and that is when things turned violent.
As they approached them, one of the suspects entered a Chinese restaurant on Tybout Avenue, while the other suspect remained outside on the street. As two of the officers approached the male on the street, the other suspect inside of the store came out and fired upon the officers.
The video released by police shows one of the suspects in that Chinese restaurant then opening fire. Witnesses say they heard at least 4 gunshots. Authorities believe that one of the suspects might have been wounded. Both are described as Hispanic, between 25 and 30 years old. After the shooting, Martha, they apparently carjacked a white Camaro. That car crashed a few blocks away. At the scene, a handgun was found. And lastly, Martha, it's worth pointing out that this latest incident does not appear to be because those two officers were specifically targeted. It simply appears to be a random crime that had taken place. Yeah. Martha?
No doubt, though, when everybody heard this news, as it started to trickle out last night, you think to yourself, not again. And good news is that there's a very clear image of this suspect on that video, which we've just showed everybody at home. So what is the mayor saying now about all of this, David Lee?
New York Mayor Bill de Blasio, Martha, was at the hospital last night where the two officers are being treated. As you pointed out, the mayor is under fire. Strained relations with the New York City Police Department following the execution-style slayings of two police officers last month. In the last couple of weeks, there's been a dramatic drop-off in the number of arrests here in New York City. Some see that as a possible protest against the mayor. As for the mayor, last night, speaking at the hospital with the police commissioner at his side, he praised the commitment and sacrifice of the two wounded officers. Listen.
These officers did something that was extraordinarily brave this evening, and they did it as part of their commitment. These officers had come off their shift, and upon hearing this call, went back out in search of these criminals.
And the mayor went on to say, we care not only about the two officers, but about their families as well. What remains to be seen, Martha, is whether his words are going to help soothe relations with the NYPD. Yeah. Back to you.
We've got to track down those suspects, and that's their job for this morning. David Lee, thank you very much.